Greetings, my friends, and welcome to another ASMR reading. So today I'm going to read Dr. Seuss's The Lorax. At the far end of town, where the cricket grass grows, and the wind smells slow and sour when it blows, and no birds ever sing expecting old crows, is the street of the lifted Lorax. And deep in the cricket grass, some people say, if you look deep enough, you can still see today where the Lorax once stood, just as long as it could, before somebody lifted the Lorax array. Why is the Lorax? And why is it still there? And why is it lifted and taken somewhere? From the far end of town, where the cricket grass grows, the once Lorax still lives here. Ask him, he knows. You won't see the Onceler. Don't knock at his door. He stays in his lurkum on top of his store. He looks in his lurkum cold on the roof, for he makes his own clothes out of muffled roof. And on special dank midnights in August, he peeks out of the shutters, and sometimes he speaks, and tells how the Lorax was lifted away. He'll tell you perhaps, if you're willing to pay. On the end of the rope, he lets down a tin pail, and you have to toss in 15 cents and a nail, and the show of a great-great-great-grandfather snail. Then he pulls up the pail, makes a most careful count, to see if you paid him the proper amount. Then he hides what you paid him away in his snuff, his secret strange hole, and his gloveless glove. Then he grunts, I will call you by whisper my phone, for the secrets I tear off for your ears alone. Slop. Down slops the whisper muffle into your ear, and in the old Onceler's whispers are not very clear, since they have to come down through our snurgily holes, and he sounds if he had smallish bees up his nose. Now I'll tell you, he says, with his teeth sullen and gray, how the Lorax got lifted and taken away. It all started way back, such a long time back. Way back in the days, when the grass was still green, and the pond was still wet, and the clouds were still clean, and the song of the swami swans rang out in space. One morning, I came to this glorious place, and I first saw the trees, the truffle trees, the bright colored tufts of the truffle trees, mile after mile, in the fresh morning breeze. And under the trees I saw brown barbaloons frisking about in their barbaloot suits as they played in the shade and ate truffle fruits. From the rebellious pond came the comfortable sound of the hummingfish humming while splashing around. But those trees, those traveler trees. All my life I've been searching for trees such as these. The touch of their tufts was much softer than silk, and they had the sweet smell of fresh butterfly milk. I felt the great leaping of joy in my heart. I know just what I do. I unloaded my cart. In no time at all, I had built a small shop that I chopped down a truffle tree with one chop, and with great skillful skill, and with great speedy speed, I took the soft tuft and I knitted a fneed. The instant I finished, I heard a gazump. I looked. I saw something pop out of the stump of the tree I chopped down. It was a sort of man. Describe him? That's hard. I don't know if I can. He was shortish and oldish and brownish and mossy, and he spoke with a voice that was sharpish and bossy. Mister, he said with a sawdusty sneeze, I'm the Lorax. I speak for the trees. I speak for the trees. For the trees have no tongues, and I'm asking you, sir, at the top of my lungs. He was very upset as he shouted and puffed, What's that thing you made out of my truffle tuft? Look, Lorax, I said. There's no cause for alarm. I chopped just one tree. I'm doing no harm. I'm being quite useful. This thing is a sneed. A sneed's fine something that all people need. It's a shirt. It's a sock. It's a glove. It's a hat. But it has other uses. Yes, far beyond that. You can use it for carpets, for pillows, for sheets, or curtains, or covers, for bicycle seats. The Lorax said, "Sir, you are crazy with greed. There is no one on earth who would buy that fourth need." But the very next minute, I proved he was wrong, for just at that minute, a chap came along, and he thought that the need I had knitted was great. He happily bought it for $3.98. I laughed at the Lorax. "You poor stupid guy. You never can tell what some people will buy." "I repeat," cried the Lorax, "I speak for the trees." "I'm busy," I told him. "Shut up, if you please." I rushed across the room, and in no time at all, but the radio phone, I put in a quick call. I called all my brothers and uncles and aunts, and I said, "Listen here, here's a wonderful chance for the whole Wandsworth family to get mighty rich. Get over here fast. Take the world to North Niche. Don't left at Rehogan. Shop right at South Stitch." And in no time at all, in the factory I built, the whole Wandsworth family was working full tilt. We were all knitting threads, just as busy as bees, to the sound of the chopping of truffle trees. Then, oh baby, oh, how my business did grow. Now chopping one tree at a time was too slow. So I quickly invented my Super X hacker, which racked off 4 truffle trees at one smacker. We were making threads 4 times as fast as before, and that Lorax, he didn't show up anymore. But the next week, he knocked on my new office door. He snapped, "I'm the Lorax who speaks for the trees, but you seem to be chopping as fast as you please. But I'm also in charge of the brown Babaloots who played in the shade in their Babaloot suits and happily lived, eating truffle fruits. Now, thanks to your hacking my trees to the ground, there's not enough truffle fruit to go around, and my Babaloots are getting the crummies because they have gas, no food in their tummies." "They love living here, but I can't let them stay. They'll have to find food, and I hope that they may. Good luck, boys," he cried, and he said them away. I, the Wandsworth, felt sad as I watched them all go, but business is business, and business must grow, regardless of crummies and tummies, you know. I meant no harm. I most surely did not. But I had to go bigger, so bigger I got. I biggered my factory. I biggered my roads. I biggered my wagons. I biggered the loads. How the thieves are shipped out. I was shipping them forth to the south, to the east, to the west, to the north. I went right on biggering, selling more needs, and I biggered my money, which everyone needs. Then again he came back. I was fixing some pipes when that old nuisance Lorax came back with more gripes. "I'm the Lorax," he coughed and he whiffed. He sneezed and he snuffled. He snuggled, he sniffed. "Once-lore," he cried with a gruffless croak. "Once-lore, you're making such smuggler smoke. My poor swarmy swans, why they can't sing a note. No one can sing with a smog in his throat." "And so," said the Lorax, "please pardon my cough. They cannot live here, so I'm sending them off. Where will they go? I don't hopefully know. They may have to fly for a month or a year to escape from the smog you smogged up around here." "What's more," snapped the Lorax, "his dander is up. Let me say a few words about Gluppity-Glup. Your machinery chugs on day and night without stop, making Gluppity-Glup and also Sloppity-Slop. And what do you do with this leftover goo? I'll show you, you dirty old once-lore man, you." "You're Glup in the pond where the hummingfish hummed. No more can they hum, for the gills are all gummed. So I'm sending them off. All their features jury. They walk off on their fins and get awfully worry in search of some water that isn't so smeary." And then I got mad. I got terribly mad. I yelled at the Lorax, "Now listen here, Dad. All you do is yap, yap, and say bad, bad, bad. Well, I have my rights, sir, and I'm telling you, I intend to go on doing just what I do. And for your information, you Lorax, I'm figuring on bickering and bickering and bickering and bickering, turning more truffle trees into needs which everyone needs." And at that very moment, we heard the loud whack. From outside in the fields came a sickening smack of an axe on a tree, and we heard the tree fall, the very last truffle tree of them all. No more trees, no more needs, no more work to be done. So in no time, my uncles and aunts, everyone, all waved me goodbye. They jumped into my cars and drove away under the smoke-smuggled stars. Now all that was left beneath the bad-smelling sky was my big empty factory, the Lorax, and I. The Lorax said nothing. Just give me a glance. Just give me a sad backward glance as he lifted himself by the seat of his pants. And I'll never forget the grim look on his face when he hoisted himself and took leave of this place through a hole in his mug without leaving a trace. that the Lorax left here in this mess was a small pile of rocks with the one word, unless, whatever that meant, where I just couldn't guess. That was long, long ago, but each day since that day, I've sat there and worried away. Through the years when all my buildings have fallen apart, I've worried about it with all of my heart. But now, says Wensler, now that you're here, the word of the Lorax seems perfectly clear. Unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, nothing is going to get better. It's not. So, catch, calls the Wensler. He lets something fall as a truffle seed. It's the last one of all. You're in charge of the last of the truffle seeds, and truffle trees are what everyone needs. Plant a new truffle, treat it with care, give it clean water, and feed it fresh air. Grow a forest, protect it from axes that heck. Then the Lorax and all of his friends may come back. Well, that wraps up another. He has some arguing. Be sure to like and subscribe, my friends. Until next time, so sleep well.